What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. We are currently on the free-to-play account, guys. We're gonna have a look at the fusion plan. Afterwards, we're gonna jump straight to the test server, where we're gonna have an in-depth look at both the epic and legendary champions that are coming for this fusion. Now, a lot of you guys are not able to decide if to go for the epic, to go for the legendary, or don't go for any of them at all, okay? So I'm gonna give you my take on it, guys. I'm kind of gonna explain you what to expect from these champions. What can they do for your account? And now that we actually have the multipliers for the legendary champion, we're gonna have a look at that as well to compare it with other top nukers in the game. Just so you guys are aware on what that champion can actually do. So basically, guys, if you're gonna go all the way at the news right here, we have the fusion plan. The update got released today as well, so a few QOL improvements that are in the game now, much better. Classic arena expansion is definitely not the right solution for it. I really gotta focus on making a video about arena, on how I would try to improve it, and maybe I'm gonna do that with a guest. I feel like that's gonna be a good topic. We're gonna have a lot of super raids coming in next week, guys, during the fusion. As usual, whenever we have a fusion, the super raids are there to help us, so that's definitely a great thing. Now, I'm actually gonna have a look at the fusion plan on their website, on the forum, because it looks so much better than actually trying to read all this and look around at the dates and stuff. First, I just want to say, guys, we are looking for a few more members on the free-to-play account. We had a few people that quitted the game, stopped playing. So the name of the clan is Armada. That's the tag. Feel free to apply. We just ask people to be active, do a minimum of like 30k in the CVCs and stuff like that. So if you want to join, apply. As soon as the members are gonna get to 30, guys, I'm afraid we're gonna have to wait for the next wave of people leaving the game. But if you want to jump in the clan, that's the name of the clan, so feel free to apply. Now, I'm gonna jump on the test server quick, guys. So basically, we have the epic champion, we have the legendary, okay? We kind of made a video on the legendary one. I want to talk about that champion another time, and just to explain you guys what's his full potential. And we have this epic champion. We're gonna give it a go. We're gonna try her in a couple of areas. We're gonna see what sort of damage she can do, and why you would want to fuse this champion if you're early game, you know. If you have the opportunity to get a legendary champion, guys, hear me out on this. You might think that the champion right now is not something that you want to get. It's not something that's going to help your account. But trust me, it's easier to get an epic champion over a legendary champion. And honestly, it's not a bad nuker, the main fusion. If you're struggling with the spider, you're struggling a bit on the fire knight, this one right here is a pretty good champion to get early game for a bit of progression. But having a quick look at the fusion plan, so I'm gonna leave this link if any of you guys are curious. I'm gonna leave it in the pinned comments. Feel free to check it out. It's actually on the forum, so you can actually see the fusion calendar much better. Like, look how nice it looks. So basically, the epic champion, we can get it one time from the summoning rush, which will start tomorrow. Okay, that is gonna go all the way to up to Tuesday, actually. Okay, so that's a long summoning rush. We have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That's great, because maybe the clan boss will bless us all and we'll be getting more shards to open. I feel like the epic champion is gonna be at around 3k plus to 4k mark. That's how many points, so around 6 to 8 sacred shards. I think that's around the average where they normally are. We have a champion chase tournament that starts on Friday the 18th, and this one is for this rare champion. So there are no other rare champions that we're getting from the summoning event, just one. So I feel like it's not gonna be stuck behind a huge paywall with summoning and stuff like that. I feel like the fusion will be accessible if you have some resources saved up, if you have a fragment fusion to summon, if no, you can actually start buying the rare champions to summon Broadma as well. That's 350 points in a champion chase tournament. I think is around 1k points to actually get a rare champion from those sort of tournament, so it's pretty accessible in order of that. Of course, you need potions, you need chickens, you need energy to be able to rank them all up, get that epic up and running multiple times, to be able to use the champion. You'll need a lot of magic potions for the epics, you know? So the rest, the dungeon divers and the rest of the things, you can see them on the screen. I find it pretty fair as a fusion. Now, if we're gonna have a look at this champion, the multipliers are not on any of the websites just yet, but thankfully we actually have the data mine info so we can get the multipliers. So Karato multipliers on the A1 is a 1.5 attack. On the A2 is a 6.5 attack. That is absolutely insane as a multiplier. And on the A3, the AoE attack is a 4.65. That is actually something very, very strong compared to other nukers. So just having a look at Foley, for example, right? He has a 0.9 on the A1 Foley. He has a 1.5 on the A2. And this one has on his A1 a 1.5. So it's equal with Foley's A2. His A1, okay? And he's a triple hitter. Foley is a quadruple hit on that. And Foley's AoE attack is a 4 multiplier, so it's lower than the fusion champion. Ethos, for example, Void Legendary. A lot of people love Ethos. I like Ethos as well, but not as an arena nuker. So basically, his A1 is a 3.8, a single hit. His A2 is a 1.4, a triple hitter AoE, which is pretty nice. But then his A3, the big skill on Ethos, is a 4.4, so he's actually a lower multiplier than the fusion champion. So what does that mean? The fusion champion is a very, very solid nuker, guys, okay? He's not a mediocre nuker to be like, okay, well, a lot of other champions have the same multipliers. Astralon has a 4 multiplier on the AoE, a 5.8 on the A2. So just to have an idea on what to expect from multipliers, this current fusion has better multipliers than all these 3 champions that I just named you, okay? So that's one thing to keep in mind. When you're like, no, this champion is not good, I do not want to fuse him, okay? The epic, this one right here, in terms of multipliers, she has a 1.7 on the A1, a 6.5 on the A2, which is the single target as well. Very, very powerful too. And on the A3, it has a 3.5 multiplier. So we can expect this champion to hit very hard with this, similar with the legendary fusion actually, which is pretty crazy. But then there is no extra damage from books. And right here is a 3.5 multiplier AoE. Decent. KL and the fusion champion, the starter champions, I feel like they are around the same in terms of multipliers. They might be slightly better than this. I think they're 4 point something actually. But I like this idea on the kit of the epic. Increase attack, increase crit damage when we don't have buffs. So I have her built on a Savage set. And these are kind of like her total stats. I haven't went crazy on the stats, guys, just to be a bit more like, okay, that's kind of like what she can do. Of course, early to mid game, you're not going to be able to achieve these stats. Unfortunately, I don't have that sort of gear on my account to lower it even more. But it will give you a decent idea of what she could potentially do. So I will try this champion in one particular place. And that's going to be on the spider, guys. I feel like Thermitter manipulation is going to be pretty important. She is pretty good for stage 20 as an idea. So what we're going to do here, I'm actually going to remove that. I'm even going to take Cisia out because we don't want to do that much damage. And I'm going to bring in a champion to shield us a bit. We have HP burn from 2 different ones. It doesn't even matter anymore. And let's find the epic champion. We just want to have some support to keep the team alive. You're gonna have to play a miscreated monster, or it kind of depends what you're gonna have available. It's not gonna be easy to run a team like this early game at all, actually, guys, because you need to have some decent support around the champion like this. But if you need some Thermitter manipulation, I feel like she can definitely put in some work for you. So let's see what she can actually do. So we got the shield up, that's what I'm at. She actually dealt pretty good damage for a champion without having defense down on the enemies. That was actually pretty impressive. I think I have too much damage on my team right now. I'm gonna kill the spiderlings, and I have no team preset to help out with that. But the damage was actually pretty impressive from that epic champion on the on the AoE skill. I'm curious to see the A2 on the boss, because I haven't paid attention before. Maybe if I would make a team preset, it would be better. Okay, the AoE again, we got more Termiter. Nice, that's actually sweet. A1 comes into play as well. Because you're hitting the spiderlings, you're getting so much Termiter back, you're instantly taking a turn after, you know. That's pretty nice, actually. I like it. And you're basically just controlling the Termiter. If you're lacking a champion like that, you could throw in an Armiger in here just to help out with a bit of damage. But basically, these sort of champions are mainly used for HP burn strategies when you don't have enemy max HP hitters. With enemy max HP hitters, you come in and just bang, bang, knock down the boss and move over from here. So that's one thing that she can actually do. Let's do a couple of fights quick in arena with her. We're gonna give it a go on this team because there is no Tormi, no other crazy threat in there. So we're actually gonna have increased attack. And I will bring in a defense down champion too. So let's bring in a Madame and see what sort of damage can we do with an epic champion against a stronger team in Platinum Arena with the stats that we have on her. Now, I'm not saying she has the worst stats out there, but she's definitely not equipped for Platinum Arena, you know. So let's give it a go and see what we can actually expect. I'm not even sure if I should start with this, but I think I'm gonna go with the AoE and see. Okay, that's actually pretty decent. Definitely pretty decent. We got more than 50%, almost got her down, more than 50% on Duchess. So I definitely find that pretty good for the stats that we have on her. What I like about her for Arena, guys, is that early on, I had such a struggle to keep attack up on my team for Arena, you know. It took me a while to get Deacon Armstrong to kind of combo a champion to have defense down, boost Termiter, speed aura. And like that, I was able to slide in an increased attack champion. With her, you don't need to worry about having an increased attack champion. So that's a huge benefit, actually. That's one thing that I really like about her, you know. And bang, we managed to one-shot them with the epic champion. Pretty good. Candy, he's just doing his shenanigans there. And now we're gonna go with this. Weak hit, because we are magic affinity against force. But the main idea is she can definitely do a bit of work in here. If you're early, mid-game, you have no resources to go for the legendary, or you think you might need this champion for progression because you're lacking in having a damage dealer, some Termiter manipulation champion, definitely get the epic, guys. It's not gonna be hard to fuse one of the epics, even if you started the game today, for example, you know. It's gonna be pretty straightforward. Now, if we're gonna have a look at the fusion champion, so when I made the previous video on it, guys, I don't know if I was half drunk, I was too excited, or what exactly happened, but I completely missed the entire thing saying that the masteries don't affect the damage either. I'm not even sure if it was there. I know that when I asked Platinum, they said they're gonna correct it because it was not clear. So, in my defense, I cannot remember exactly what happened. But, literally, any mastery that gives you damage, okay, is not gonna increase his damage. So, they're gonna be a waste. So, this one actually has a weirder sort of mastery plan, to call it like that. I actually went with the defense 3 over support. I feel like support is not really gonna make him justice either. Just gaining a bit of extra accuracy. Of course, for some of you guys out there that are not having max great halls and anything like that, you can go with support 3 and try to go arcane celerity, maybe go on a evil eye, try to get a cycle of magic, maybe get a spirit haste, or get a sniper, get a master hexer. I actually went with the defense 3. This, if I land a stun, I have the Harvest Despair. I have double counter attack. That's one of the main things why I wanted to go with these 3. I have Wisdom of Battle, another good mastery. And from here on the offense 3, literally, Life Drinker and avoid everything that says increased damage, okay? Basically, that's how this champion will work. What's so unique about him, and why do I think that he's gonna be a very good damage dealer? We've seen the multipliers just before. We've seen that he's not an average damage dealer. He has higher multiplier than pretty much everyone except Tranda and some of other champions that are at that caliber, okay? So he's not no Tranda, but he's better than Ethos and the rest in terms of multipliers. He doesn't have double AoE, so that's a different thing if we try to compare it with Ethos. But I'm a fan of the champion. You have the aura for all battles, and this passive is very unique. Being able to one-shot a Rotos with him, even though he's weak affinity, ignoring Duchess's passive, Candy's passive, and all these is something big, okay? So it's definitely a good thing to play the champion around. The stun for 2 turns, very, very good as well. Weaken, if you need this for any of the bosses in the game. It can be used for the Fire Knight. So I definitely think that is not a bad fusion to get, since it's not like insane. It's not blocked behind the huge paywalls, you know? So I just wanted to give you guys my take on what I think about this. And now that we've seen the multipliers and all that, I definitely feel a bit even better about the fusion, more confident to recommend you that it's gonna be a good damage dealer regardless what stats you're gonna give him. He's still better than the champions I named you in terms of damage, you know? But guys, that was all for this video. Much love, appreciate all of you guys watching. Let me know in the comments down below, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go for any of the champions? You're not gonna bother at all, you wanna save up for the next fusion and stuff like that. But much love, appreciate all of you guys watching. Catch you in the next one.